What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I promise y'all, I'm gonna leave Chris Brown alone eventually, one day, because y'all gonna swear I hate his guts. When I don't hate Chris, I just hate a lot of the things that he does, right? And then I see stuff like this and I gotta speak out on it because it starts to get ridiculous. And I gotta call out ridiculous stuff when I see it. So, y'all know Sha'Carri Richardson, track and field star. Last week she was in the airport and she was showing domestic violence against her boyfriend. I'm talking about pushing them all up against the wall, pulling on them, yanking on them, all type of crazy stuff. She was way out of pocket, way out of line, and her feet should be held to the fire for it, right? People holding her feet to the fire, holding her accountable, saying she was absolutely wrong, and she was. She was out of pocket and out of line, you know? And so people talking about it and everything is making its headlines all across different news platforms, etc. But then I saw certain people trying to draw comparisons to the treatment that they believe Chris Brown got and how they feel like Sha'Carri Richardson should be getting the same type of treatment that Chris Brown got, right? So I'm going to just put the tweet up on the screen because I know it sounds a little crazy. I may have said that incorrectly, right? Or I might have chopped it up a little bit. So there's a brother on Twitter who said, and I quote, "Y'all gonna give Sha'Carri Richardson the treatment you gave Chris Brown or nah?" Right? I'm going to say it once again. The brother put out a tweet, or, you know, it's X now, but I still call it Twitter. He put out a tweet that read, "Y'all gonna give Sha'Carri Richardson the treatment you gave Chris Brown or nah?" And my first thought when I saw this is, what the hell is he talking about? Like, he act like Chris Brown was crucified. Like Chris was, like he act like Chris was just done so dirty and wrong. I mean, brother, are you talking about that 1 year ass punishment that he got where his songs wasn't played on the radio as much as it used to be, right? That little 1 year punishment he got, where all he had to do to get off the punishment for real with black radio stations was to go to the BET Awards and cry during a Michael Jackson tribute. And that was enough for black folks to say, "Chris, we got your back forever." After he cried during Man in the Mirror, that was all he had to do to get back in black folks' good graces. What are you talking about? Like, are we gonna give him the same treatment we gave Chris Brown? What treatment? Like, you talking about the endless success that Chris has received for real with no real repercussions for his actions for real? The endless success that he's received. Because his bottom line wasn't really affected by that little 1 year for real. Y'all got to stop acting like Chris is Nelson Mandela. Stop acting like he Malcolm X. Stop acting like he Muhammad Ali, like he was done so wrong. Muhammad Ali got his boxing license stripped from him because he did not want to serve in the military when he was drafted. Because he said, "Yo, you know, I'm not getting into a war and signing up for a war when my people not even treated right in this very country. I'm not gonna be the example for black men and black women to sign up for the military, black men to sign up for the military, where we not even treated right in our own country. I'm not gonna be the one signing up for a war, and they ain't even our oppressors over there. We getting oppressed in our very own country, and they stripped Muhammad Ali's boxing license for that, and he was not able to do what he does best to provide for his family. Chris' livelihood wasn't taken away from him. Yeah, his songs wasn't played on the radio as much, but he still was performing, right? And it wasn't for no damn 3 years that he was in this little punishment where he wasn't getting certain songs played on the radio as much. Muhammad Ali's boxing license was gone for like 3 years. Why are we acting like he's persecuted like Nelson Mandela? Like, get up out of here, dog. What are we talking about? Nobody took Chris' livelihood away from him where it was like Chris, there's not an entertainment license that you can snatch away from an entertainer where it was snatched away from Chris after the Rihanna incident. Like, no. That didn't happen to Chris. Like, what are we talking about? Like, acting like this brother was just, like he was just done so dirty. Like, Chris is on he's on a sold out arena tour right now, making a ton of bread, a ton of money. And all y'all can talk about is the fact that he's excluded from some award shows currently and he ain't won some awards. Who gives a fuck? He making a ton of cake, a ton of bread, and still charging fans $1,000 to do them little behind the scenes pictures, and making money off his regular sold out tours. Stop acting like Chris's world came down crashing on him and acting like it happened for no reason. A lot of the stuff that happened to Chris, not even just the Rihanna situation, outside of that, Chris brought a lot of stuff on himself with his irrational thinking and extremely aggressive behaviors, which y'all excuse on a regular basis. But we not going to sit up here and act like he Nelson Mandela, like he just got done so wrong and done so dirty and everybody just being so mean to him. You got people I'm like, what happened to Chris that y'all talking about? Y'all going to give him the same treatment? Y'all going to give Sha'Carri Richardson the same treatment y'all gave Chris Brown? What treatment? And I see people talking about people was being so mean to Chris. Newsflash, Chris is mean to everybody else. He's an asshole. I'm sorry. He's an outstanding performer, highly gifted. He got some great songs that I love. I'm not telling y'all to not like his music or what's the word I'm looking for? To cancel him. I'm not saying you shouldn't be listening to his music. I'm not saying none of that. Residuals is a fire song, right? He's a talented artist, great entertainer. I heard he putting on great shows. But like, y'all crying, talking about people with y'all was being mean to Chris. Chris is an asshole. From trying to talk crazy to Tyson Beckford because Tyson Beckford simply took a picture with Karrueche, his ex-girlfriend, and Chris was out here threatening to hit Tyson Beckford baby mama, to have sexual relations with his baby mama and whoop Tyson Beckford's child like he was his own child. Cause you mad because this man took a picture with this woman. How clowned out and tender can you be? Right? Went on Victor Cruz's page making fun of the way Victor Cruz dressed because he was dating Karrueche. And you mad because he dating Karrueche. Right? Chris does a lot of asshole type things and he get away with it every single time. Jumping on Frank Ocean, all of that. You know, it was a fan that was dressing like Chris, a Chris Brown impersonator, dressing like Chris and wearing similar tattoos as Chris. Yes, it's weird, but Chris asked him, was he missing chromosomes and all that crazy stuff. Stuff that Michael Jackson would never do. And Michael Jackson has the most impersonators in the world outside of Elvis Presley. And Michael Jackson, if Michael Jackson felt the way about his impersonators, we never knew because he never trashed them. Chris is out here threatening his impersonators and telling them they're missing chromosomes and he has slapped the F out of him and all that crazy stuff. So y'all talking about people being mean to Chris, Leave Chris alone. Knock it off. For real, dog, that's what we talking about. Then, in the situation where the brother says, are we going to give Sha'Carri Richardson the same treatment as Chris Brown? While this incident from Sha'Carri was inexcusable, while it was absolutely wrong, while she needs to be held accountable for it, right? This is one incident for Sha'Carri that we know of. Chris Brown has years of verbally abusive, behaviors to where women have felt like, yo, this brother is unhinged. So much so that Rihanna had the restraining order against him. Karrueche had the restraining order against him. He just be unhinged, talking crazy to people, giving people all type of threats, all type of wild stuff. Chris has years of abusive, aggressive behavior. He's shown aggressive behavior for years, so it's not like Chris had this one-off incident with Rihanna, and that was just the one thing. Chris steadily was doing stuff. And getting restraining orders put on him. Not even just that, cussing, being aggressive towards a whole lot of people at times where aggression was not called for, all because he didn't get his way, all because men are taking pictures with a girl with a woman that you used to date. You so mad that men are taking pictures with a woman that you used to date, you're willing to give them all type of crazy threats and try to be a fake game banger, a grad chapter game banger, against these men because you mad because Carucci is taking a picture with them. Like, it's just weird stuff, like, But to act like Chris was done so wrong, like, knock it off. This is what I be talking about, And this brother here seemed like he was trying to really use this point to say women need to be held accountable for domestic violence as men should be. And I believe that 100%. But the way he, again, when Rihanna and Chris Brown situation, Chris wasn't just doing no pushing and shoving and pulling. And I didn't mean to laugh because it's not funny. Chris wasn't doing no pushing and shoving and pulling. Chris was doing more than that. Okay? So these are not really, is it parallels? I believe that's the word for it. These situations are different. Chris Brown and Rihanna and Sha'Carri Richardson and our boyfriend, they're a little different. They're a little different. And then Chris has, his behaviors are serial. So, but yeah, man, I'm tired of y'all acting like this dude is Nelson Mandela. Like, we got to sing We Shall Overcome and get in a circle and sing Lift Every Voice and sing every time Chris Brown get in trouble. I'm tired of y'all acting like we got to go, every time Chris get in trouble and he do some silly stuff, we got to put on a Superman cape and come save him. Because Chris be doing a lot of wild stuff on his own time, doing a lot of silly stuff that he shouldn't be doing at nearly 40 years old. And people got to come and save him. And acting like his world ended after the Rihanna situation. That's very disingenuous. It did not. Chris kept making money. He had that little 1 year punishment, little 1 year timeout, sit in the corner, finger wagging timeout. He came out of the BET Awards, started crying during a Michael Jackson tribute. Everything was all good. He started making music again, started making money. Yeah, who cares? He didn't do the Super Bowl. Who cares that he didn't perform at the Super Bowl yet? He's still making a ton of money, a ton of bread from these shows, and then these backstage meet and greets. People still buying up his albums and his music, all of the above. He's all right. He's more than all right. He's perfectly fine. So to act like he just got done so wrong, and the brother is receiving endless amounts of success. So ain't no we gonna do him like we did Chris Brown. Nobody did. Chris ain't nothing happened to Chris for real, man. Brother, he ain't performed at a couple of award shows, and he ain't received some awards. Who cares, man? I remember Young Buck said this: as long as the check come, then fuck the award shows. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, he probably wants some awards, but he love that money. He getting paid, and when you getting paid top dollar to perform and for your entertainment, he all good. He perfectly fine, y'all. Ain't nothing happening. Chris he not in trouble. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out, y'all. Peace.